I have been blessed. I am so blessed because I come from an awesome group of mothers. And my mom is, my parents are still married, but I say a group of mothers because I believe that every adult in a village, in your village, has a responsibility to parent you. And I have been so blessed to be mothered by a list of women that I consider to be beautiful, powerful, highly intelligent, giving, loving, nurturing. I am blessed. Um, my parents are awesome in general, so, but that's for later. Uh, what else? Oh, and I saw my kid yesterday on Mother's Day who called me to say Happy Mother's Day. And I said, well, it is Mother's Day. And she goes, well, your mom and dad, so Happy Mother's Day. And that was really nice to hear. Uh, it was really nice to hear. I saw her for a few minutes. She's doing well. And my mom did ask about her. And I don't know. I had a great day. It was just a great day. I'm blessed because my entire family, for the most part, gets along. I mean, don't get me wrong. We have a tendency to go in from time to time, like any other group of people that loves each other. Yeah, we've been known to cuss each other out a few times here and there. But at the end of the day, after it's all said and done, if you're one of us, you are one of us for life. You are one of us beyond death. So we're always going to rise to the occasion. Always. I never have any doubts about that. And yeah, I never have any doubts about that. Now, I might get cussed out, like I said, but they're coming to help. I'm going to be assisted in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's not the way I want to be assisted, it will be the best that they have to offer at that time. And I know it. So I am blessed. But anyway, I wanted to do, being that it's Monday and it's one of my favorite days, and the reason why, okay, let me explain why Monday is one of my favorite days. It is because it's the day I reach out and touch all the people that I care about. I reach out and I talk to my parents, which is not unusual, but if I don't talk to them at any point during the week, I talk to my parents on Monday because it's our family day. It's the day that from as far back as I can remember, we all connect, especially since I've left home. On Monday, no matter what you are doing, at one point on Monday, you call my parents, you call the other relatives, you call whoever in the family you ever talked to, whoever is on your list of, closest people or whatever it is. I know that we call our immediate family, the immediate nucleus, on Monday. So I always look forward to that. I remember once I talked to them on a Sunday and I didn't call them on Monday. And my mother calls me and says, I haven't heard from you today. What's wrong? And I go, well, I just talked to you yesterday. And she said to me, what was yesterday? I said, Sunday. She goes, what's today? I said, Monday. Okay, that sounds like two different days. Monday is Monday, period. Monday is Monday. So I like that. I like that kind of structure, and I think it made me feel like I was a part of something. Not that I've ever felt like I wasn't. It just is what it is. Monday is Monday, and that's when we reach out and touch. So that's what I do. And so any words of inspiration, I have a few people on my list that I call. And so There's some people, young people, that I offer words of inspiration to. There are other people that I help to reassure them that they really are okay. Some people just need to hear a nice word. It's a great way to start the week. Monday is not a day I'm going to really fight with you. If you're somebody I'm beefing with, we're not going to talk on Monday. Chances are we are not going to talk on Monday. Monday is a day that I reserve for people that I care about. So I'm going to reach out and touch, send a text message, make a phone call. There are some people who get both. And it's important to me to do that. I think there are a lot of people who have real problems within our circles that we can help them get past those problems by just being available. Sometimes that's all people need to know, is that there is someone that cares and they're available. So that's what I try and do, and it's important for me to be there. Lord knows, people have been there for me. Yeah, people have been there for me. And those people I contact on Monday as well, and I say thank you. Really, thank you. Because I know I would not be here if it was not for a few people in particular. So I am grateful. And that's what Monday is all about for me. I am truly grateful. Anyway, today is about Q&A. I have a list of questions that I'm going to answer to the best of my ability that were provided to me by a couple of friends of mine. They thought it would be interesting, I guess, to talk about. So here we go, the Q&A of the day. Yeah, I love Monday. I do. I am hyped right now. It is 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which is when my day normally starts. Anyway, where did I grow up? I grew up in Chicago. I was born in Mississippi. My family is from Louisiana. But I grew up for the most part in Chicago. I went to elementary school and high school in Chicago. I went to college at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. And I went to beauty school at John A. Logan College in Carterville, Illinois. Yeah, it was a very interesting period of time. I met some really good people there, many of whom I'm still in contact with. Yeah, I had a great time. I think everybody, especially boys, I think everybody should go away and go to college. It is a major part of your young adult experience. It is part of your education and becoming an adult. You need to leave home, go away to go to school, go away for school for at least a year. I would say at least 2, actually. It did a great deal of good for me. On top of the fact that it also was fun. But I think the education you get in college, for instance, only part of it is in the classroom. Most of it is outside of the classroom. It's really a life education. But anyway, next question. Are you close to your parents? Well, I think I've already answered that one. But yes, I'm very close to my parents. I come from 2 of the most loving people in the world. I do. My parents are kind and loving and all-encompassing. They try their very best to understand They don't agree with everything. I'm not saying that. They don't give you just a free reign. I'm not saying that at all either. But I am going to say that they tried really hard. They did. They were great at providing. Uh, and we weren't rich by any means of the imagination. We weren't even close. Um, but they provided us with everything we needed. And they really did teach us the difference between need and want. And I can honestly say that, you know what makes them really great? As they knew better, they did better. And for that, I am grateful. And they were there. They were actually there. I have friends who come from families that had a great deal of money, but they weren't there. Their parents were not there. They did basically what they wanted to do, any way they wanted to do it. And it shows in how they get along or don't get along with other people, authority, systems, following rules. I can say that no matter what, they were there. They were present in what was going on with me. They knew most of what I was into. They stayed on top of me. I did not wander around aimlessly. I always had something to do. I had responsibilities. They believed in teaching a good work ethic. Yeah, and at the same time, they were young people too. My parents were 22 when they had me. So they were young. I had young parents. They weren't children, they were officially adults. But they were young. And so they were trying to, keep each other entertained and still provide and entertain us at the same time. And then also, you have to bear in mind, I am a child of the 60s and the 70s. Yes, I am that old. But, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. My father had to deal with being a black man in racist America, being disadvantaged by the system that just was, for no other reason than he was born who he was. That's a lot to deal with. And then deal with a wife and kids being underpaid, overworked. Integration had started, so there were people turning over buses. Vietnam was going on. He was in the military too. So there are a lot of things happening all at once. Just the mere fact that he survived it all and stayed with us. We were important to him. We were a priority. That says a multitude about who he is as a person. I personally think my father is everything. I think everybody wants one just like mine. Now, I can't testify for everybody's experience with him, and I can't say that he's a perfect person who didn't make any mistakes. But what I can say is that to me, for me, he's a hell of a father. He's a great person. My father is easily the kindest man that I know. And I didn't think so until I was 40, until I got a kid of my own. When I got my own kid, after a year or two of having that kid, I realized the sacrifice he made for us. I realized how much of him he actually gave to me. And for that, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am so thankful. And I'm even ashamed of some of the thoughts I had about him growing up. Excuse me. There were immature thoughts that children have when they're angry and they don't understand. And when I think about the trip, just the weight of things that had to be sitting on his shoulders in the late 60s and the early 70s, and then you have a wife and kids too. Just the mere fact that he stayed. And he's not violent. He didn't come home and scream and yell and just go off and was nasty or none of that. Oh no, my dad was, he may not. I remember thinking I wanted him to be more available to me. Like I wanted to do stuff with him and go places with him and this sort of thing. But the reality was, he was tired. Shit. He really was. He was tired. On top of the fact that, you still have this wife to deal with. You still have to provide food and mow the grass and all that other stuff, check homework, talk to teachers, somehow get back and forth to work, deal with what was going on politically and in society in general. I am grateful. I mean, my dad, I am grateful because I was there. I know what I did. I know what my part was, especially as a teenager. I am grateful today. Anyway, enough of that. I'll have to do a video just about my dad. He is awesome. He really is. Now, your experience or someone else's experience with him may be different. I could bring anyone home, especially as an adult. I could bring anyone home. He has never shunned me, not claimed me. He has never said anything homophobic to me. He has always been supportive. Now, he has not always agreed with what I have done, but he has always been supportive of me and accepting of me. And I never felt like I couldn't go home because of who I am or what I was about. Now, I did know I couldn't bring him any bullshit. That I did know. And I know I was not going to be disrespectful to him or the household. That I did know. Whew. But anyway, next question. When did you come out to your family? Come out of what? I don't think there was I don't think there was ever a point where, one, I didn't know I was gay, and two, I don't believe that they didn't know. I mean, I assumed they knew I was gay, just like they assumed I knew they were straight. I think at one point, being honest, I think you don't speak of it because you don't know what to say. You're different. I've always known I was gay. Always known I was gay. And since I've had consciousness as to what gay and straight, boyfriend and girlfriend, and these sort of relationships were, as I could formulate that in my mind, I knew I didn't know how to talk about it. And there was really no need to talk about it because I was a child and I was single, and it just was not really pertinent in a lot of ways. You're not encouraged to say I'm gay or I want a boyfriend when you're, in the 1970s when you're 7 years old. But I think your parents always know who you are. So there was no need to come out. My mother asked me one time, why didn't I say to her, "Oh, I'm gay. Why didn't you tell me you were gay?" I said, "Well, because I didn't think you were stupid. I assumed you were intelligent, so what was there to tell you? And then there's nothing wrong with me, so why would I tell you? I mean, it's like telling you I'm black. For me, it was. That's how I felt about it. I mean, if you live with someone for 20 years, somewhere in that period of time, it comes to you, whether you speak of it or not. And because there's nothing wrong with me, I didn't feel like I had to point that out. But I brought all my boyfriends home. You know, anybody I was dating, I brought home. Boyfriends, girlfriends, both. I brought them home. So I've never come out to my parents, but my parents know my partner very well. They've been over here for dinner. They know we sleep in one bed. I mean, I don't, like I said, there was never a point where it was a secret. I speak of my life, I speak of my life like other people speak of theirs. So if you hang out and you pay attention and you're really interested in me, because of one, I'm not going to lie about it. You just sort of, it comes to you, I guess. I'm just not the come out type because there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing to come out of. I don't live in a void or a closet or whatever. It just is what it is. And you either deal with me or you don't. Period. And it's okay, cool. You know, I'm not going to ask you or anyone else, are you straight? I'm just not. I'm just not going to do that. So if I hang out long enough and I talk to you long enough, it'll be more than apparent to me. And because we're not sleeping together, and that's not going to make or break where our relationship can go. So, okay. That's just a fact. So that's how I see it. Am I single? No, I am not single. I have a life partner. His name is Edwin. We have been together for 5 years. We've been married for 3, legally, for 3. We have 6 dogs, 1 truck, 6 dogs. I live and work in the same space. My entire family knows who he is. And he's a member of our family. Period. Do I like to travel? Yeah, we love to travel. We love to travel. One of my favorite places to go is Denver. I love Denver. I love Denver. I hate snow though. I will never be in Denver when it's actually snowing. But I love Denver. It's beautiful, it's scenic. And there's a few other things I won't mention on this video. But I love, love, love Denver. And we go probably 2 or 3 times a year. We love that. Also, we take cruises. We like to take cruises. We've been to Mexico. How many times? 3 times. We've been to Honduras. We've been to Jamaica. We have, what else? We want to go to Chicago. I want to take you to Chicago so you can check out how beautiful Chicago is and all the things there are to do. What else? We've been to Oklahoma together. And that's it so far. But we were planning on going to a few other places. We were going to take a cruise to Alaska before Miss Corona took over. We were supposed to cruise out of Seattle, actually, at the end of this month. Well, actually, if we had gone, we would just be getting back from our cruise. Actually, we would be just getting back. But it was canceled, obviously. But later on in the year, maybe next year, we'll see what happens. But I'd love to go to Cuba. I would love to go to Cuba. Um, we're supposed to go to a wedding in Mexico in about a year. So those are all our travel plans so far. But no, we do. We love to travel. We do. We love to travel. Are you a good cook? I'm a great cook. Baby, I cook every day. And I'm from Louisiana. My people are from Louisiana, and cooking is very much a part of how we express our emotions. Um, so I cook, I won't say every single day, but I cook probably 4 to 6 times a week. Usually by now it's okay, right now it is about 5:30 in the morning. So I would normally have gotten up around 4, made the beds, started laundry, and I would be cooking. I seasoned the meat I had taken out the night before. And at one point, I would put it either in the slow cooker or put it in the oven and start baking it. I try not to fry that much. But no, I cook every day. Yesterday, I baked a cake. I baked from scratch. I make cakes, pies, cookies. Um, we love gumbo. I do gumbo probably every 2 weeks. Ooh, it just depends on how I feel. But yeah, I love to cook and I cook quite often. And I love it. Like I said, I love it. I love it. We have, okay, for instance, okay, here we are in the house. How do I put this? We have a house and I have a kitchen. He's not allowed in my kitchen. Why? Because it's my kitchen. Now, he can do whatever the hell he wants to do with the rest of this house. You know, the gardens belong to him. We have beautiful gardens. But he can't break his ass into my kitchen. Okay? So that's how I feel about that. What is a typical day at my home? Well, I think I just said that. We get up around 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, we clean the house. Ooh, what else? Let the dogs out because we let them out into the backyard. I start the meals for the day. He starts the coffee, which I drink black, straight up, no cream, no sugar. I am offended by all that garbage in my coffee early in the morning. He drinks his coffee the opposite way. To me, it looks like he put some coffee in his cream and sugar. Okay. We do not drink coffee alike. You can easily tell whose coffee is whose. The only thing I add to my coffee is a cube of ice because I don't like my coffee so hot. I can't drink it. I want it to be very warm, I guess. It can be very warm to hot, but not extremely hot, not perking. After that, let's see, that should bring us to about 6 o'clock because I've done laundry by then, at least one load if it's necessary. We sweep, mop every day because we have wooden floors throughout the whole house. So we sweep and mop every day, and then by that time, it's time for our rosary. We pray a rosary from 6:30 to 7, say a litany, and then we start the rest of our day. If I have business to conduct, if I have hair to do, then I will start taking my appointments after that point. Generally, I have been known to do hair at 4 o'clock in the morning, but usually I don't start until about 7, depending upon the day. Or when it's time to show real estate, I'll show real estate probably around no earlier than 9, generally. I like to wait until after rush hour, so 9, 10, and I have all day to work. I live and work in the same space, I office at home, so I don't have to leave here. I don't have to leave here. Um, we eat our meals together, and that's really important to us. And I think that's really about it. Gonna take a trip or two away from the house, going to the store, buying supplies. Uh, that's usually about it. And then we go to bed kind of early because we get up between 3 and 4, 7 days a week. And I've always been an early riser. I'm in my best mood early in the morning. Like I'm hyped right now and I have to calm down to do this. I love the mornings. I love, love the mornings. I am definitely a morning person. Uh, and as far as praying in the morning, which we do 7 days a week, my feeling is if I don't have time to say this rosary, I don't have time for anything else. Period. Period. Let's see. So that's a typical day for us. We don't go clubbing. Now we're not against it. We just don't go. We don't go clubbing. We eat out maybe once every couple of weeks, but not lately because of the corona. Uh, I go home to see my parents usually every 2 weeks, and I talk to my parents every single day, at least once a day, usually around 7:15 in the morning. That is a typical day. Yeah, that's it. Number 8. Do you want more children? Ooh, do I want more children? Hell no. No, I do not. Hell no. I do not want more children. If God sent me one, if I opened the door and there was one outside, I would close the door and open it again to see if it was still there. Now, if it's still there, I'm going to pick it up, bring it inside. I will do what's necessary. But do I want to go out, make a baby, find a baby, adopt a baby, buy a baby? Hell no. 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 Negro is too old for that. No. No. I think that, and I love kids. I love kids. I love kids. But I don't want any more. No. No. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure no. Children are more work than old people need to be doing. I'm too old. It would not be fair to a child for me to start parenting now again. If we have no choice, I would gladly do it. If there is an option that is viable and productive, I'm going to take the other option. I think that children need people who want to play and have time to devote to educating them and want to do that. I'm not that person right now. And there's room in my heart for one, but I just am too old. I just think it's not fair to the children. And it's not fair to me either because I want to slow down. There's some shit I don't want to do. I don't want to sit up and do homework all night. I don't. And I think it's important that you do that. I don't see me standing on the side of the soccer field every weekend or baseball practice or going to ballet or any of that. And at one point I was down for it. I was into it. I just think that's something for younger people to do. I have grown past that. My partner is 13 years younger than I am, and he doesn't want to do it either, mostly because I think he likes having all of my attention. So, and that's fine, he can do that. I have slowed down enough where I'm pretty content with my life right now. That's why I don't go out. I don't really hang out with people, and I am very settled. And when you have children, being settled is a good thing, but not as settled as I am. So, no, I don't want any more children. Oh, can I tell you how I really feel about voting? Oh, absolutely, I sure can. How do I feel about voting? I feel as though you need to take your ass down and vote. After what I have been through, and I've had a pretty easy life. I have had a very easy life in comparison to um, my predecessors. And even I have had very stressful moments. I remember being taken off a school bus. I was 4 years old, and it was a new bus driver. We were in Hawaii, which is where we lived at the time. And he said to me, "You have to walk home." And I said, "Why?" Because I had never walked home before, though it was only, I mean, I could walk home, it was only 2 blocks away, maybe 3 blocks. Um, so I knew how to get there, but he said I had to walk home because I was colored. I remember that like it was this morning or yesterday. I wasn't devastated by it, but I remember my mother being devastated by it when I told her that. She goes, "Where's the school bus? I didn't hear it drop you off." I said, "They told me I had to walk." And she goes, "Why? Did the bus break down?" I said, "No. They said that I was colored." I wasn't sure what color I was supposed to be. I remember because I have a tendency to think very literal. But I said, "Okay." And I walked home. I didn't make a big deal out of it and I didn't get upset. But my mother was twisted. Um, and she called my father. That was the last I heard of it. I didn't walk home anymore after that. But moments like that have a tendency to shape who you are. What does that have to do with voting? Well, I feel like we're headed that same direction. We're headed that same direction politically and socially. And I really don't want to see that. I don't. I think it's important to vote because if we don't vote, we will be there and we'll be there voluntarily. Because if you don't participate, then you acquiesce. And I'm not doing that. There are people who died so that I could vote. And so I'm going to go do it. There are people who marched and petitioned and wanted to vote and couldn't vote. I am going to vote. I have the legal right to vote. I'm registered. I suggest you register. It only takes a moment. Vote. Matter of fact, I personally think with this coronavirus going on, we should be able to vote by phone or on the internet. That way, we don't have to jeopardize our lives to exercise our voices. And besides, it would be easier. It would be a lot easier and it's cost effective. And we have that technology in place currently. There is no reason why we should not be able to vote via the internet. No reason at all. I mean, we can register to vote via the internet, I believe, in some places. I know I have the form here that we can mail in. Why mail it in? It costs too much to use mail and paper. It does. When you can actually just sign on, vote, the vote be counted instantly. It doesn't take that long to tally votes. You don't have to worry about whether somebody is counting accurately or not as much as, well, you may have to worry about that. I take that back. You may have to worry about somebody corrupting the system, but that goes without saying no matter what you do. So I don't see that as a valid point to discount voting via internet. But I took my census online. So why can't we vote online? More people would participate. Well, that's why we can't do it, because more people would participate. people that they don't want to vote. People like you and like me. If you are black, gay, if you are, I don't know, Chinese, purple, if you are Hispanic, they may not want you to vote as much as, say, maybe someone who is blonde hair, blue eyed, male, and Caucasian. I'm just saying. Now, that may not be true, but I think there is a great possibility that it just might be. So, yeah, I'm all about voting on the internet because the more people that vote, the better. And no, I still may not get what I want, but I am going to be heard. And I think everyone else needs to be heard. If you don't vote, you can't bitch. You can't complain, or you shouldn't, because your vote is your voice. Utilize your voice. We all need to be heard. We all need to participate. I suggest you do it. So, yeah, that's how I feel about voting. Yes. And if you don't vote, don't bitch. Just move the hell up out of the way and shut the hell up, please. Because I don't want to hear it. I mean, it's interesting that most of the people I hear complaining, I ask them, did you vote? It's amazing how many people did not vote. To me, it is absolutely ridiculous. If you had the legal right to vote, if you were old enough to vote, you should have. Oh, I didn't feel like waiting in line. Well, I don't feel like hearing you bitch and moan about some shit that you should have done. You should have participated in the system. Maybe it would be different. If enough people who did what you did participated, maybe the results would be different. And maybe they wouldn't be. But it makes no sense for me to listen to you complain about something you didn't participate in because you didn't care. So if you didn't care then, don't care now. What do I do professionally? Professionally, I sell real estate and I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I love doing both because I love helping people. I became a hairdresser because I wanted to empower women. And I like women. I like working with women. I think I come from really strong, beautiful women with beautiful hair. And I loved seeing them change after they got their hair done. It's amazing how powerful women become when their hair is in order. And it's interesting how when the woman with her hair done well walks into a room and the room stops. They stop and turn and look at her. It's a very powerful moment, especially for that woman. And I wanted to participate in that. I became a real estate agent because I couldn't find a good one. I could not find a good one, an honest one. So I felt like I had no choice. And I really want to help people. I think that as far as making money goes, you can't chase money. You should be on the lookout. But I don't think that if you do anything strictly for the sake of money, that you always help people. And I really want to help people. And that's all the questions I have for today. We can talk about anything else you'd like to talk about. Drop down in the comments, ask a question, leave a comment. I don't know. But whatever you do, have a great day.